This is things guys want but won't ask for. Ladies, I hope you have your notes app at the ready. Number 1, let's get physical. Any form of physical affection for that matter. Especially if it's you that's initiating it. He wants to feel loved on too, okay? Let him have his moment. Number 2, I've named the cheese touch. Apart from this has nothing to do with Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Just whenever you're talking to him, playfully touch his arm or back, especially when it's in public. Guys love that shit. Holding their hand, making it known that you're with them when you're around other people, is showing him you're proud to be with him. Next up on the list we have Connect 4. Guys will never ask you to do this, but they all want you to try and make a connection with them. On literally any of their interests, or even hanging out with him and the boys. Guys will constantly try and connect with you, and when they keep trying and receive nothing back, they will stop. So, stop slacking and put in some effort. Do I look good, Mr. Armstrong? For the love of God, just compliment him. It is not that hard. Tell him he looks good or smells good and he will appreciate it, trust me. He doesn't hear it that often and it's your duty to be his biggest hype girl, okay? Number 6 is the unexpected. That's the unexpected texts, calls, initiations, but mostly unexpected hugs, cuddles, and a lot of them. Especially the kind where he can lay his head on your chest. And last but not least, we have Bruno Mars, because at least he realised he should have bought her flowers and held her hand. Contrary to popular belief, this is not a gendered thing. Guys also like receiving flowers and having their hands held. So just basically, to summarise, act like you fucking like him. It's not a lot to ask for, is it?
Making your home modern and beautiful is easier than you think with 50/50 RGB SMD strip lights. Bright, uniform, ambient lighting for anywhere in your room. Use exactly the length you need thanks to the cuttable design. Waterproof properties and the use of double copper make them durable and long-lasting in all conditions. Change the colors, effects, and brightness of the lights thanks to the wireless remote or the app on your phone. Change the look of your home. Order now.
Things girls do that are unintentionally sexy. Ladies, you're going to want to click save, and guys, please confirm or deny in the comments. Number 1, hot mess. You could spend hours on your hair making it look so pristine, yet for some reason, guys go crazy over the 2-second messy bun. So stay working smarter, not harder, queens. Number 2 is literally oversized anything. It could be a hoodie, it could be a t-shirt, and if you combine this with the messy bun, he might just self-implode. So be careful. Especially if it happens to be his hoodie or t-shirt. Number 3, Mad Max. If you are significantly shorter than him and start getting mad in the middle of an argument, whilst yes, he should be listening to absolutely everything that you're saying, he can't help but think that you look sexy when you're mad. You can thank the comment section on many of my videos for this next one. Guys just find it so sexy when a girl goes au naturel and wears no makeup. That's not to say he doesn't find you sexy when you do wear makeup. It's just a preference for many because it shows you're comfortable in your own skin. And sometimes less is more. Number 5 is the bookworm. If you wear glasses or are super hyper focused on what you're doing and you go all serious work mode, guarantee you sat there thinking, damn! Like the meme. And whenever your glasses fall down and you have to push them back up with your finger, that too. Coming in hot at number 6, we have Rapunzel. This whole hair thing really gets them in a tiz. Whenever you take your messy bun out and shake your hair and let your hair down, drives them wild. And last but not least, we have Destiny's Child. Say my name, say my name. Yeah, whenever you say his full name, it just does something to him. I don't make the rules. This is how to talk to a girl, and trust me, you will not run out of things to say. It's literally so simple, so many of you are just completely overthinking it. First thing you're gonna do is get her to give you a little story time. Obviously introduce yourself first and get a little back and forth going, but it's literally as simple as saying, so tell me about yourself. She'll probably reply, what do you want to know? To which you say anything and everything. It is literally proven that the easiest way to get someone to like you is to let them talk about themselves. Because then automatically they're going to think you're a great listener. Which you actually need to do, by the way. This brings me on to number 2. Listen to what the girl is saying and then literally ask follow-up questions like, what? No way. How come that happened? Oh my god, why? If she's comfortable, she'll expand more. And at this point, you'll know if you have enough in common with this girl. If you don't, probably not the right girl for you. And if you do, this is where you tell her about your interests and your own personal stories. And if you have the same hobbies, this is where you can be playful and sarcastic and competitive and could very easily segue into a date. And number 3, obviously by now you should know a fair amount about her. So pick a question, any question, and just make sure it's open-ended. Basically just a question that doesn't require a yes or no answer. Otherwise, you run the risk of this conversation transcending death and moving into the afterlife where she continues to ghost your ass for all eternity. Let her talk about herself, ask questions, and listen. It's that simple. These are things I wish I knew when I was 16. Every single school has that weird kid. That might be you and it might not, but the truth is they're the realest and most fun to be around out of everybody in your school. They're so comfortable being themselves and don't give a fuck about what anybody else thinks, so they don't follow the crowd. Go befriend them, you'll learn so much more about yourself that way. Oh, and FYI, those popular kids you're so concerned about, they peak in high school. So stop wasting your energy on them. At 16, you're gonna start having feelings for people, that's totally normal. And whilst the thought of being in your first relationship is exciting, don't put all your focus on that. I'm not saying it won't, but most high school relationships don't work out. I know you just want to grow up, but seriously just enjoy the time that you have right now, because in 5-10 years time you're going to be wishing you were 16 again. Your teachers just want you to perform the best that you can, which is why they put so much stress on your GCSEs or SATs. Know that part of this is because good grades make the school look good. But the truth is, besides getting into the college that you want to get into, after that no one talks about your grades. Literally no one cares. And look at all of the super successful people now that just didn't test well on paper. Your grades don't define you. There is so much more to life than that, and you definitely shouldn't be having sleepless nights and not eating because of them. I remember being 16, I was head girl, I thought I knew everything, but the reality is, as much as you think you do, you definitely don't. You've not experienced enough of the world yet to know everything. And that's totally okay, you don't need to be perfect. In fact, if I could redo being 16, I would go and make more mistakes just so I could learn more from it. So don't be afraid of failing, it's one of the best things that you can do. And on that note, it's also totally okay for you to have no idea what you want to do with the rest of your life. Like in England, you're expected to know what you want to do at the age of 14, 15 when it comes to picking your options, and it's made out to be one of the most important things. But take it from me, I thought I wanted to do fashion, and now I give dating advice on TikTok as my career. The things that you enjoy and want to do change, and by experimenting with different things, oftentimes you accidentally fall into the thing that you end up doing. So don't worry, you don't have to have everything figured out right now. Feelings are so temporary. That heartbreak and pain you're feeling, even though it feels like the end of the world right now, you will get over it and be stronger because of it. And embarrassment is temporary too. So this fear of rejection that you have at your core, just do the thing and tell them how you feel. And if it goes horribly wrong, it'll be forgotten about in a week or two. And the last thing on this list is arguably the most important, but that weird gut feeling that you have, trust it, because it is always right. At 16, you're naive and see the good in everybody, and you look for yourself in them. But as you get older, you realize that that's just not the case. So if your gut is giving you a bad vibe, believe it. This is things guys do when they're sad. Number 1, they'll avoid making eye contact with you at all costs. On a whole, the floor is lava kind of level. If they're upset with you, looking at you could just completely set them off. Even if they're talking to you, they're looking in the complete opposite direction and staring out into the distance to try and hold in their emotions. Number 2, they'll lean into their hobbies way more. So if you notice him going to the gym a lot more, it's not because he wants to become the world's next best bodybuilder. Instead, it's because it's a distraction for his mind. He gets to have some space on his own, can take out his anger in the workout, and usually feels 10 times better after because of the dopamine rush. Same goes for if he's a gamer. Number 3 is sad boy hours. He could be absolutely fine in the day, but when it comes to nighttime, he's alone with his thoughts. So to avoid that, he'll use music as therapy, or go on a late night drive, or do both simultaneously. So girls, if you notice these signs, get him his favourite food, don't pressure him into telling you what's wrong, and just let him know that you're there for him when he's ready.